Let's go. Fourth down. I have the ball.
The Rams are set to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. Fielded just beyond his 40. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Working from the pistol, Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. All set up now for 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Preseason, so we don't really count it.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Nice.
Scott now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like...
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble.
And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 13-0 lead. For the point after, here's Aubrey.
Let's go.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. He'll take this at the 10. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. This is hauled in by Atwell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 11. And the Rams are going to have a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And he's going to take it back. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys take a 20-zip lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping off that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
That's how you
do it. For the point after, here's Aubrey.
Uh-oh.
And he pulls it. It's no good. Kick goes too far to the left. Point after left on the table. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Scott now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Up the gut they go with Williams.
Hey, sit your butt down.
And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Another run for Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
Come on, kick the ball.
That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. 20-0 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They start out with a 3rd and 6. First throw for the backup now. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Go rush.
Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Stiff arm success. Breaks through, and he might break away. Up to the races, middle of the field.
Go.
And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys ballooning the first half lead even further.
Go, Freeman.
Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys continue piling onto this lead.
Good push.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Power squib kick is taken in. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Rams headed out to the field now. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
From the 32. Throw finds DeMarcus Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Putting the tight end in motion. Garoppolo looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Nice try, bro.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target. Thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Let me at him.
They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Not gonna do it.
Ethan Evans on down a punt. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun.
Oh,
And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Oh, what? I'm running.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. Through the 45. Still running. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas.
Let's go. I didn't know I was running.
The Cowboys running away with it in the second quarter. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fields the hard squib kick. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Out come the Rams on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here's Garoppolo.
Throw it. Oh, I did not mean to
Turnover this
intercept
time.
it.
It's an interception. And the Cowboys get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Rush sucks.
Throwing, rush. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Here's Rush. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Dallas. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys continue adding on to that lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Rams taking over on offense late in the 1st half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their 1st. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go.
Trying again following the sack. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Bro, that's a
And
bad
the
play.
opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. The Rams are set to punt.
Oh boy.
And he's been getting all of it every time out. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. He's got it at the 24.
Get up, man. Get up.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. So we've reached the half of this preseason opener. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed. They'll watch the second half with the shoulder pads off, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Kate Scott. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Cowboys and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And it sets up second down. To the air with Rush. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Picked up by the Rams. Well, he was fighting. While the new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys tack on 7 more to their lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense getting set to go. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for second down. Picks the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 16.
Here we go.
Garoppolo setting up to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Cowboys push their lead further to start the half. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now this offense ready to head back out. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA first down. Throwing here, Garoppolo. Got a man, Robinson has it. Jukes out a one stop. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This is ahead for about 5. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the 43, we've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Dowdle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams and Jimmy Garoppolo headed back to the field for a new series. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Garoppolo. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Garoppolo to throw. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he's been one of the players of this game. And he gets it away from his end zone. Collects this at the 35. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. The Cowboys back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And they're trying something here. They fake the spike. Escapes the pocket. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Option design here. And he's able to push forward to the 25. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Rush now. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down. Throwing now, off play action. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Blown back, gets the handoff. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Defense had a chance to scheme it up, now lined up to defend this try. Keeping it on the ground. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. Chased out to his right. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Starts the return at the 34. Space on the right, and he's got room. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Cowboys throwing 6 more on the blowout. Now the Cowboys electing to try another 2-point conversion. They'll try to run it in. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. So after giving up the punt return score, Brock, let's see if they can answer on a different type of return. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He fields it cleanly. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Well, following that play, we have somebody shaken up. And, man, with so many guys fighting for roster spots, you never want to see someone get hurt. Hopefully they can fix him up quick. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Power squid.
He's got the squibber. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. This offense making its way back out now. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Wow, it's free again! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. So it's a win for the Cowboys.
84 to nothing. Somebody beat that. Somebody beat that.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the
Level 24.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
She don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up.
Jalen Warren from the
Being Steph
Steelers.
Curry with the shot. Been cooking with the sauce. Chef Curry with the boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with boy. Yeah, really with the. I should probably sound a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills.
What?
Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, working on the phones. Either that or try the money mark to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works and now I'm thinking bigger. I got in the studio every night, late night. Gotta watch it, don't wanna make them sicker. That's my oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we could really get it, we could go for it. I'm just here for the Bucks and the Billies. Don't make me one of the ghosts for it. I run it, they like go for us, run for us, go for us. Yeah, I mean you already wrote for us. Damn, what's one more quote for us? Oh Lord, who else sounded like this? They ain't made me what I am, they just found me like this. I was ready.
Come on, man.
Been ready since my dad used to tell me he would come into the house to get me.
How about
He ain't show valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never asked for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
Back to
Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. Yeah. The other night, lavishly told me that I'm all these people listen to. She said they love me unconditional. Imagine how I feel to watch another at the top. You know that if you wasn't.
Let's just sim ahead to week 1. Who are we up against?
Maybe I keep moving forward, but then they're just stagnant, they ain't moving at all. But when they need that favor, who do they call? Maybe I'm searching for the problems, asking what was said and who was involved. Too focused on people's feedback and proving them wrong. They say the shoe can always fit no matter who for this song. These days feel like I'm squeezing in them. Whoever won before just wasn't thinking big enough, I'm about to leave them with them. Cause if I run the game in these, man, the seams are splitting. No pun intended, but they smelling defeat in the air. Headed where nobody took it, who meeted me there? They tell him that he talking crazy, but he doesn't care.
This is the player card. Here you can. Here are a player's motive. This is the abilities tab.
2015 popping, P&D dropping, reps of P dropping, Magic Jordan dropping, Obi dropping, not to mention me dropping. Feel like we paid the refs off, man. We fixed the game. Me and Noel been at it before Twitter names. Yeah, been on the move like the lease is up, and I can't even name one person that's keeping up. Damn, how it was in the past tense. Ask yourself, how do we match up now? Cause I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. If I haven't passed you yet, watch me catch up now, for real.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Shared AG, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something.
Who's our tight end?
What you gonna do for that end zone? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my man's a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing. I'm out. I till I can't.
Who's our right guard?
It was me and bro Buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my plate. So she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in the back of the gang. I'ma pull up just stunt. Can't all in your brain.
What?
I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
How about wide receivers?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Up and up. What you gonna do? I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guap. If I get it to pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rocks. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, the floor elevator, we face them and brad. You want deposit the memo of cash? Red light, yellow light, green light, gold. The event, so I take the bank home, but I won't keep quiet. I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend called gon' be alone. My she's be your home, and I
Josh Allen?
this man, so I give her a loan now.
Dang it.
Pumps in the chain from the homer. Her Bucky a goner. Get Bucky a goner.
Kyler Murray. Might not be his switch.
Stunt.
Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones. You can probably make me lose. Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers. Jared Goff to the Cowboys. Let's go.
Snitches wanna lie, the snitches wonder why. Snitches wanna die. All I know is pain. All I feel is rain. I cannot maintain with madness on my brain.
No, go back. Hello, whoever's watching. How are you? Just making some trades.
Let me get it. Took it, then we split it. Damn right we did it. What you gonna do when we run up on you?
There we go.
With the wrong crew. Don't know what we going through. I'ma have to show how easily we. Let me find out there's some more. That's running with Joe. Nothing we can't handle. Break it up and dismantle. Light it up like a candle. Just cause I can't stand you. Put my on tapes like you busting grapes. Think you holding weight and you haven't met the apes. Stop. Shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no. That's how Rough Riders roll. Stop. Shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
That's how Rough Riders roll. Yo, it's y'all people crazy? Be crazy. Stop acting like a baby. Mind your business, lady. Nosy people get it too. When you see me spit at you, you know I'm trying to get rid of you. Yeah, I know it's pitiful. That's how get down. Watch my get round. Make you suck and kiss ground. Just for talking. Oh, you think it's funny? Then you don't know me, money. It's about to get ugly. Whatever, dog, I'm hungry. I guess you know what that means. Come up off that.
Just trading players away that I don't need.
Give a dog a bone, leave a dog alone. Let a dog roam and he'll find his way home. Home of the brave.
Are you kidding me?
And yo, I'm a slave to my home is the grave. I'm a pull papers, it's all about the papers. Caught the papers in, now they wanna stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's why, because he's a freaking wide receiver.
That's how rough riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh.
Dante Pettis. Let's go.
Man, look what you done started.
Thank you.
You got it. Had it, should have shot it. Now you're dealing departed. Get at me, dog, and I rip. This one here, I flip. No, when I kick, gonna be some slick. What would that look for when I walked in the door? Oh, you thought you was raw?
Oh, I can't trade him?
Wishing you never saw me walk through that door. With that.
I think I'm good.
Two more today. Got the floor. Yeah, that. Another unsolved mystery.
I got players upgrade.
They never did to me. Can't get to me.
Oh, they left. Come on, bro.
Gotta make them prove. Got them all like
Alright, we got this. Trayvon Diggs. Wait, what?
Try to keep your mind. Won't get prime. Stop.
Drop. Throw it down the top. Oh no. I'm up against Myles Garrett. Gosh dang it.
It's week 1 of the 2024 season, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Browns, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. First play, Watson to the air. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time.
Right, boys.
I will guarantee you, that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script, because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorites.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jared Goff. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are on the board here first in the season opener. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Goff looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Watson now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Now 2nd and 9. They run it again with Chubb. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
What the heck is going on here?
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Chubb. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw, Watson. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns have come back to make it a 2-point game. Extra point by York is up and good.
God damn,
this is now a 1-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Look at the juke.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there. It's 2nd down. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Still going. They can't stop him. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 50 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
That's right.
And the lead is up to 8.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
Because
you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards still to go.
Hey,
3rd down now. Here's Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They go up the middle with Chubb. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. 2nd and 6.
Can't go anywhere, buddy.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a pause for an injury, and that's the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who's shaken up a bit. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's Goff. Out to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. On the counter, Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Zeke going to get it on the option. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. 67 yards rushing for him in this 1st half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A 1st down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the 1st half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. The solid stiff arm. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the option, here's Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. On 4th down, on his Corey Bojorquez to punt.
I'm very confused.
And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. Buying time to his left. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. He has been elusive in this first half. You see the rushing numbers for him. This defense is going to have to find some way to keep him in the pocket. Tenth carry now for Elliott. Fights off the defender. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So his big first half continues. His third touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start down in Tampa. Washington making the trip down to take on Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium, see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and the veteran Ezekiel Elliott set to go to work once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 68 yards. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Browns drive about to get started. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Now Huntley. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Big strides, look at him go. Inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku. 73 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They start on the ground with Elliott. Now he's loose again. He may go. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 68 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from going up by 30. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Cleveland offense making their way out. Strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Huntley looks to throw.
Throw the ball.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
A 7-yard gain. And the Browns first down.
Moore, the motion man right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard
To throw, Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the the 23-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for two here. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Nick Chubb. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 73 yards. And the Browns are able to claw one back. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. There he goes again. Inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 64 yards. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Huntley. Out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
Here's Huntley. They set up the screen to Chubb. Into space at the 45. And all the way up to the 46. Here now, 2nd and 4. Huntley to throw. That's to the former Bronco, Jerry Jeudy. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Back to throw. Huntley. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. The 20. 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. There he goes, left side. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last two plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection and led to the block.
Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by York is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm trying to D it. Don't want to be D it.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. He may go. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Yet another touchdown run for him, and this one is going to put his name in the NFL record books. He's now set the new bar for most rushing touchdowns in a single game. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And some strong running. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Muscles him off. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd down and a yard.
Again, it's Elliott. Shrugs him off.
Missed.
He will not go down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Dallas, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a day.
They scored a couple points on us. Who we up against next week? Chat. Borderline press conference. Ooh, the Saints. Alright, chat. Press conference time. Week 2. What question you got for me? Next question. Coach, how do you feel about the result in your season opener? Very happy with how the players battled. deserves the most credit? The offense, right? Our offense played really well. Which player has got the game ball? Probably Elliott. Our HB. I'm sure your players will have a reaction to you saying that. Motivated. Your HP is motivated by what you said in the press conference. I'm sure you are +3 to trucking, break, tackle, and carrying it next week. That's good, right? We need to get an upgrade. We need to get creative against Alvin Kamara. We cannot allow him to beat us by himself. Go to weekly strategy.
Welcome to Weekly Strategy. Each week you can find valuable information about your upcoming opponent. You can choose one game plan focus with pros and cons that will carry over into game day. There is a recommended focus already selected, or you can choose from 6 different options. This shows some basic stats about your upcoming opponent. You can also view more specific play calling information by accessing the full report.
Well, let me.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find the right coaches to hire for your staff. Staff points can be used to see what effect some talent trees make you select a path to follow to build your character. Upon purchasing one of these talents, the opposite path will be locked, so choose wisely.
Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody want a doula, defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear the stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you can never survive her. Streets got a code of couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid, decide that I'm the same. A new rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with, doing big things, but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain, but your chain can't blame. On a new plane, but your main can't tame this. Same dame, but the rock got bigger. Might buy the drop top, got more figures. Pull up in the lot, still block pop. The posse can spot. Come and go, but I still check. Now I ain't saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that you're not. I got it all, baby, give it everything you got. And arrogant, sitting in the booth, I ain't even gotta lie, cause you know that I'm the truth. Yeah. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
Passport stamp, let's do the money dance. Back in, call your friend, now we in friends. International man, tats on my hand. Take a trip with a pilot, I tell you when we land. You know I'm down with the whales, I be by the sand. On sun, yeah, it's blowing in the wind. What you doing? We kung fu and I beat it up. They never heard me on the beat. when it's speeded up. 100 racks on the plate, she gon' eat it up. Yeah, I'm all in, like all night. Throw the racks up, make it fall right. And if you take a shot, make sure you hold the ball right. 1-800, yeah, bad, my type. My type, yeah, it's my type. I love the way that she put it all on me. The best things don't come for free.
100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All night.
You can tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna hug me. It's a vision, little baby, I'm moving cozy. Most solid in the game, it can't fold me. How you do it, it's so fluid, let's get to it. If you want something, gotta commit to it. This is something that jam to and sip to it. I can show you how to do it, take you right to it. Made of whales in it, got a twist to it. This ain't Big Sean, but I'm making good music. How you keep rhyming, man, I'm used to it. You should be too, I like it see-through. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you. And if we dancing on the floor, I'ma need you.
100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All night. 100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this bed. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All
I caught you red-handed, red lips on some that ain't mine. I should call it off of where we're standing. Cause girl, you and I don't wanna waste my time. Looking in your eyes, baby, I don't even see you. Running around like you don't even wanna be. I know the story, baby, I wanna confess you. I got one question, what would you do to you? Would you love you, would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you? And tell me honestly, if you practiced honesty, would you tell the world that you're everything I thought you'd be? Would you take you back? Would you cut you loose? If you were wearing these boots, baby, what would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you? Looking in your eyes, baby, I don't even see you. Running around like you don't even wanna be. I know the story, baby, I wanna confess you. I got one question, what would you do to you? Would you love you, would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you?
Feel like I'm never enough. I say I don't give up, so I keep down low.
It's week 2 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Saints, and it comes
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Oh, it still won't go down. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Now Mike McCarthy's saying, let's go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get in to make it 8-0. They wasted no time showing how aggressive they're going to be in this game. They get the quick score, and then they go for 2, CD.
Surf's up, partner. And when surf's up, you ride the wave. They felt great about that quick drive, put it in the end zone. Why not go for 2? They felt comfortable with the play call that they had.
And the home crowd loves it. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So the Cowboys now bringing the offense out there to go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They're already looking up at a 16-0 deficit. Still plenty of time to go, first quarter. But work to be done as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Second down and a little more than a yard here. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mozzie Smith drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Interesting. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And fighting down inside the 25. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. They go to Elliott again. Fighting through, and he's got space. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. They'll let Elliott try and run it in, and he is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This will be from 49 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 61 yards. And the Cowboys take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Well, everything right now going wrong for this crew. A chance to put 3 on the board at least, but it winds up being blocked and returned the other way.
And any hope they had, likely gone at this point. You might want to think about clearing the bench a little bit, letting some other guys play.
So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Now 3rd down and 7. Inside give to Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week. Forces another one.
And one of my good coaching.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Kamara up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
And here's Joseph Charlton now,
as he'll kick it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. Fighting his way through contact.
The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
A give to Elliott. And shedding a man at the 40. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
The give is to Elliott. And they can't bring him down. Now he's into the clear again. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 38 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. To throw his Carr.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd and 3.
Now Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Carr now to throw.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. In motion comes the tight end left. Carr going to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start in the NFC East. This one always a battle. New York taking on Washington, and it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Jahan Dotson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. It's Anthony Richardson, the Florida man, with 3 touchdown passes. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He somehow wound up finding the end zone 5 times on the ground already. So he is already in shouting distance of all-time record territory. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Carr. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest.
Yeah, it has.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Being chased out left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. Man, 222 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. Here's Goff. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 60. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And he fields it cleanly. Pushing his way inside the 40. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Touchdown, Cowboys! Travis Kelce, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to... The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind... And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Slot man moves right. From the gun on third down. Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now Elliott. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Operating from the gun, Carr. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr under pressure. They got him again. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. From the gun on third down. Carr nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. First and goal at the 3-yard line. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Damone Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Carr under pressure, and they got to him again. Damone Clark in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Automatic first down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for the Cowboys, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I will be right back, chat. I need to go get ketchup, and I'm gonna make some intro picks, so I'll be right back. So, intermission.
Yeah,